First topic, rotational dynamics. First we will see about circular motion. Any motion of object on circumference of circle is called as circular motion. Suppose a particle moves on the circumference of this circle, then this motion is called as circular motion. Now we will see the examples of the circular motion. First thing, motion of an electron in an atom, motion of particles of spinning top, or suppose we consider a stone is tied to the one end of string. Suppose this is stone, this is the center, and rotated in circle, then it performs circular motion. Now if at any point we break the string, then that stone moves in a tangential path. We call this as a direction of linear velocity. Now suppose we consider in this circular motion the speed, that is magnitude of velocity, either remains constant or it changes. Whenever speed, linear speed, magnitude of linear speed changes, then that type of circular motion is called as non-uniform circular motion. And if the magnitude of speed is same or constant, then that type of circular motion is called as uniform circular motion. Now here this uniform circular motion is also called as periodic motion. Periodic motion. Periodic motion means if particle performs the circular motion or a motion in equal intervals of time, then it is called as periodic motion. Therefore we consider uniform circular motion is also periodic motion. Then the examples of this motion are motion of earth around the sun, motion of moon around the earth, or motion of tip of a second hand of a clock, motion of tip of a minute hand of a clock, motion of tip of hour end of the clock. All these are the uniform circular motion and also periodic motions. Also in the UCM, you remember one thing, that work done is always zero. Now we will see the characteristics of UCM. Characteristics of UCM. First characteristic, that it is an accelerated motion because direction of velocity changes at every instant. That means either the speed is constant but direction of velocity continuously changes. So this motion we call it as a uniform circular motion. And during the motion the particle repeats its path along the same trajectory at equal intervals of time. So we consider it is also a periodic motion. That means accelerated motion, this is one characteristic of UCM. And periodic motion, this is the another characteristic of the circular motion. Now we will see the kinematics of circular motion. Kinematics of circular motion. Kinematics of circular motion. Kinematics of circular motion. Suppose we consider the angular displacement. Suppose this is the path traced by the particle. Suppose O be the center. Suppose this is the radius vector r bar. Suppose particle is at point A and in time delta t it comes to point B. That means this much angle, delta theta, this much angle is traced by the radius vector, and this delta theta we call it as a angular displacement. Now we will see angular velocity, omega. Omega is equal to, we write limit delta t tends to 0, delta theta by delta t. That means omega is equal to, we write d theta by dt. This is the rate of change of linear angular displacement. This is the angular velocity. And if we consider alpha, this is the angular acceleration, then this is the rate of change of angular velocity. Now, relation between V, R and omega is V equal to R omega, or V bar is equal to R bar cross omega bar. Now, to describe the directions of delta theta, and that is angular displacement, omega, that is angular velocity, and alpha, that is angular acceleration, we consider the right hand screw rule. Suppose we consider this is the path of the particle. Particle moves in an anti-clockwise sense. Suppose O be the center. This path is in the plane of figure. Suppose this is R bar. Then suppose this is V bar, tangential. Now delta theta, that is angular displacement, angular velocity, theta, omega and alpha all are directed in this direction. That means this is the right hand screw rule. If we hold the axis of rotation in our right hand such that fingers are around the axis, and thumb is stretched out. Suppose we consider this is the plane of our figure like this, then finger denotes direction of linear velocity and thumb denotes the direction of angular displacement, angular velocity and angular acceleration. This is all about the kinematics of circular motion. Now we will see one important article, that is centripetal and centrifugal forces. Centripetal and centrifugal forces. Centripetal and centrifugal forces. Suppose we will see here centripetal force. Centripetal force. See here, centripetal. Here centri means center and petal means towards center. That means we can see here centripetal force. It is a force which is directed along radius and towards center. We call it as a centripetal force. Then we can write F is equal to mv square upon r. This is centripetal force, which is equal to mr omega square, or in vector notation we write F bar is equal to mv square upon r into r0 bar, and here we consider negative sign, which is equal to minus mr omega square into r0 bar, where this r0, this is the unit vector along radius. That means we consider here, suppose this is the circular motion, this r bar is directed in this direction, outside direction, and F bar is directed towards center. The directions of F bar and R bar, we can, they are opposite, so this negative sign comes here. Now suppose we consider here this force is also a real force. It have real existence, so this is a real force. Now we will see examples of this that is centripetal force. If object is tied to the end of string, suppose this is the object and tied to the end of the string, then tension T, tension in the string, it is the centripetal force. Now moon revolves, tension. Now moon revolves around the earth in circular orbit, then gravitational force is centripetal force. Also suppose we consider earth revolves around sun into the circular orbit, then gravitational force is also centripetal force. Suppose we consider electron revolves in an atom in circular orbits. Suppose this is the circular orbit of electron, then here suppose this is electron, and at the nucleus, at the center, there are protons. Then the electrostatic force between these two, the force of attraction between negatively charged electrons and positively charged protons, this is a centripetal force. All these are examples of centripetal force. Now we will see next one, centrifugal force. centrifugal force. Here you first consider that is there are two types of frames of reference, that's inertial and non-inertial. Inertial frame of reference and non-inertial frame of reference. Here you see the inertial frame, a frame of reference which is fixed or moving with constant velocity. Fixed means v equal to 0 and here we can say v equal to constant. This type of frame of reference is called as inertial frame of reference. And another one, a frame of reference which is accelerated. That means velocity continuously goes on changing. This frame of reference we call it as a non-inertial frame of reference. Then Newton's laws of motion are true in inertial frame of reference. That means we can show the interaction between different particles, frame of reference, all that. But Newton's laws of motion, they are not true in non-inertial frame of reference. Then to make them valid or true in this frame, we consider an existence of a fictitious force. We call it as a pseudo force or imaginary force. And this is called as centrifugal force. Centrifugal force means a force which is directed along radius but away from the center. This is the centrifugal force. We write the equations. F is equal to mv square upon r is equal to mr omega square, or F bar is equal to mv square upon r into r0 bar, which is equal to, here we write minus sign, minus mr omega square into r0 bar. This r0 bar is unit vector along radius. Now here you see, we consider here positive sign, not negative sign. We consider the positive sign because if we consider directions of radius vector is directed in the direction and also force is directed in the same direction. Therefore we consider here a positive sign. Here we consider negative sign, but here there is a positive sign. This force is real force and this force is pseudo force or imaginary force. Now we will see the examples. First example, that is when a vehicle moves on a curved path, then passengers experience a push in outward direction. This is due to the centrifugal force. If coin is placed on moving gramophone disc, suppose this is gramophone disc, and suppose a coin is placed here, then it slowly moves in the outward direction. This is about this is the example of centrifugal force. Then suspended particles in liquid can be separated by using centrifuge machine. And last one, clothes can be dried in washing machine by using a centrifugal force. This is all about the centripetal and centrifugal forces. Now we will see next article. Applications of UCM, uniform circular motion. Applications of UCM. First application, vehicle along a horizontal circular track. Vehicle along a horizontal circular track. Suppose we consider this is the road surface and this type of turn is there. Vehicle moves like this. Suppose C be the center of circular track. Suppose we consider this is the vehicle. This is the block diagram actually. This is the vehicle moving in an anti-clockwise sense. Suppose this distance is r, means radius of circular track. Then different forces on this vehicle can be shown like this. First force, that is normal reaction, which is normal to road surface. And second force, we consider here weight of the vehicle, mg, which is in downward direction. And third force, that is force of friction between tires and road surface. Now here we consider, suppose m is mass of the vehicle or car, small g acceleration due to gravity, and v is the velocity of that car. Then we can write here, that is centrifugal force is equal to force of friction. That means for safely driven, to drive a vehicle safely, centrifugal force must be less than force of friction, less than or equal to force of friction. That means centrifugal force is equal to force of friction. We write here mv square upon r is equal to mu mg. Then this m gets cancelled, and therefore we write here v square equal to mu rg, or v is equal to root mu rg, and this is the maximum safety speed for vehicle. That means below this speed vehicle is safe. Or we can write here mu is equal to v square upon rg, and this is all about vehicle along a horizontal circular track. Thank you.